Hey Trevor,
What's good?
How about the Cowboys, man?
I know you've been waiting all week to say that,
Man,
man.
I've been waiting all season. It's only been 2 weeks, but it was looking like it was gonna be a long season, man. We
Yeah, it
we
was.
we saw Micah Parsons, man, hold it down. But we're gonna get to that a little later, man. I'm Marquell,
I'm Trevor,
and this is the huddle,
and this is the
man.
huddle.
Yes, sir. Week 2 of the NFL season in the books, you know what I mean? By the time they see this, it'll be in the books, but we're recording technically there's 2 more games tonight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do you think about those games, Trevor? I know we not those aren't part of our predictions, but
Mhm.
let's talk about that a little bit. We got
I
the
know Bills and Titans played tonight,
Bills
right?
and Titans and the Vikings,
Vikings,
Eagles.
Eagles. Yeah, okay,
Two
okay,
two
okay.
two really good games. I'm gonna have to have two TVs
Yeah.
on, Trevor, for those.
I
What do you think is gonna happen? Titans, Bills.
I think the
Titans didn't
Bills are
look great
gonna
last week.
yeah, I think the Bills are gonna take that one.
Hmm.
Um I think that they're gonna do it pretty handily, but I mean, it's week 2 of the NFL, and any week, any team can, do some great stuff. So,
Yeah.
but if I was a betting man, I would put my money on the Bills.
This is what I'll say, Trevor.
Mhm.
I'll put my money on the Bills too, but the the Titans are no cakewalk. You know what I mean? Their style of
No,
play,
not at
they're
all.
gonna beat you down. They're gonna beat you down. And I know they're reeling off of what happened last week
Hmm.
in New York. They were beating the Giants handily and let them come back and win.
Hmm.
Um, of course, a lot of that was probably just rust because I know a lot of the starters from the Titans probably didn't play the preseason, and I think it's gonna be a closer game than you're giving them credit for, Trevor. But I still think
Yeah,
the Bills will edge them out because of the high powered offense. You know.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, and I would be surprised if it's close because I mean you do got that dude Derrick Henry, that
Mm-hmm.
that uh that
Bully
stud
ball.
back there, that dude that can carry the ball for you as many times as you need.
Yeah,
But
workhorse.
yeah, workhorse. But I don't know, man. The Bills, they look
High
from
powered
top to
offense,
bottom,
mostly.
and their defense though, like
Their defense was
their
pretty
defense
good.
is nice. I mean, their defense was the number one defense last year. So,
True.
but I will say this, I am curious to see how they match up with the running style of the Titans
Mm-hmm.
because the Bills they put up a lot of pressure against the Rams who dropped back
Von
up
Miller was in
more.
that backfield, boy.
Hmm. So I'm wondering how they handle that running attack, but I think they'll do all right with it.
And we're gonna get to see the matchup Darius Slay versus Justin Jefferson.
Hmm.
That should be pretty intriguing in the Eagles game. I don't want to pick that game,
Yeah, I
but
don't know who's gonna win that game.
yeah,
That's actually a good game to watch. That's probably the one that I want to see the most
we'll
tonight.
find out a
Of
lot
those
about
two.
Jalen Hurts.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. This season
But
is gonna be a lot about him. Like the Eagles are in position to do some good stuff this season. So
but just now that we're here, since we were talking about defenses and stuff like that, um, let's go over to the Cowboys defense, man. Well,
mhm.
actually, I didn't want to go to the Cowboys defense. You made me think of this: the Bucks versus the Cowboys game. Looking at it in hindsight now, after watching the Bucks play against the Saints and seeing how well their defense played,
Mhm.
it gives you a different kind of
Perspective.
yeah, different perspective on that Cowboys game. It wasn't all just the Cowboys offense being not great. The
Mhm.
Bucks defense was great. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I told you about
So
their defense, man.
man, yeah. So I'll give them a little bit more credit on that. I just wanted to say that because last week I didn't give the Bucks any credit. I just got on the
You
Cowboys.
thought the Cowboys was
Yeah,
BS.
yeah, yeah. But let's go to one of the biggest things to happen this weekend. Started off Tua time, Trevor. Tua Tagovailoa had an amazing game against
Yep.
the Baltimore Ravens. 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, And even Lamar Jackson had a great game, but Tua was just better, man. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think about the game, Trevor?
I think it was a really good game. It was fun to watch. A lot of points being scored. Um, I think Tua did a really good job. I mean, didn't he have like 400 yards passing the ball
Yeah,
too?
over
So
400
yeah,
yards.
over 400. So he showed up. He did what he was supposed to do, and I expect him to, keep getting better, especially with the weapons around him. But I'm not gonna overreact and say he's like one of those like top guys, but he's really good, man. I
Oh,
mean, I think,
Trevor,
like I said,
yeah, I'm not gonna say he's one of the top guys, but I wasn't a believer in Nia.
okay, so after 2 weeks,
I'm saying like I wasn't a believer. I didn't think he was ever going to
yeah.
be any good, and I think
Oh,
he
you
could be
didn't
good
think it was gonna
now.
be good at all? Well,
Nah,
at the beginning when we gave
I'm
our
definitely not
predictions
saying
and
he's a top
stuff,
five quarterback, but I'm a
yeah, yeah,
believer
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I believe in him now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, like I said at the beginning of the season when we did the video, I think we talked about this earlier. But I expected him to get better. I mean, with
Hmm.
those weapons and um the offense that they're building around everybody on that side of the ball. I mean, the guy coming from San Francisco, the coach, their head coach. I mean,
Hmm.
I think he's a good offensive play caller, and they're going to put their team in position to be successful. So I think Tua is really benefiting from that, along with having his strengths, play to his benefit. And I think that they're doing a really good job. He's doing his thing, man. I'm happy for him, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, I'm happy for him too. He looked really good, but like it was 35 to 14, Trevor. What's up with
Mhm.
the AFC North
I don't
blowing,
know,
blowing leads? Because they're
bro,
the only team in the AFC North that blew a big lead. There's
bro.
another one up in Cleveland that had a 13-point lead, Trevor, with
Yeah.
1 minute and 33 seconds to go and lost the game. What do you think about that, Trevor?
All right, let's stay with the Dolphins and Baltimore game for
Okay.
one quick second. That was crazy. I don't know what their defensive scheme was, but Tariq Hill is wide open all over the floor.
They blitz.
All over the field.
They do cover zero blitzes a lot. So they don't have a
Okay.
safety.
Well, they shouldn't have done that. I don't
That's
know
just,
what they
that's
were
just how the
thinking.
Ravens have always played. Like this is the
I
Ravens.
feel you, but if you got somebody that like Tyreek Hill, I mean,
Hmm.
you gotta do something at least a little different. I'm not saying don't blitz at all, but you gotta keep
Let's
someone back
just
there to
let's
help
just
out.
say the Dolphins coach made an amazing halftime adjustment.
All right, we'll say that. But yeah,
Yeah,
and going to the Browns, I know a
and
lot of
the
people up
personnel to
there.
do it too.
Yeah, yeah. But I know a lot of people up there in Ohio are not happy
It's
this
a
week.
lot. It's a lot of sick guys up here, man.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of sick men and women up here, in, Ohio, man. I'll tell you that.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
a
no,
great
I
feeling.
trust
You
me.
Cowboys.
I have a lot of people I know up there, and they were not happy this
Hmm.
morning. But
Break it down for us, Trevor. What happened?
with the Browns
Hmm.
game, honestly, Marquell, I didn't watch that game,
Ah, let me
but I
give it to
saw the
give
score
it to
though.
him, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You said.
first, Nick, the Browns have a 6 point lead.
Hmm.
Nick Chubb runs it in under 2 minutes. Probably should have slid and let clock run, like not win the end zone. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But scores a touchdown. They kick it off. First or second play, fly route, touchdown. No defensive back in the area, Trevor. Like he walked to the end zone. First play, blown coverage. How does that happen? I don't know. Next, of course, because we got about 1 minute and 16, minute 15 seconds at this point. Onside kick. The Browns call a timeout before the onside kick to make an adjustment. The play starts. Amari Cooper doesn't grab it. The Jets get the ball. They drive down the field. They score. Game over. Well, it's not even game over yet. Jacoby Brissett has a chance to respond and get in field. All they gotta do is get in field goal range. They have like
Hmm.
one timeout, interception, game over. So
got
that I just broke it down to you, Trevor.
Yeah, and honestly, the Carolina Browns game, I was still that the week one game they had, I was
Mm-hmm.
still kind of iffy on them because I
Mm-hmm.
watched that game because I'm in North Carolina, so I get the Carolina games, but
Mm-hmm.
um they didn't look right offensively to me.
The offense wasn't
It
bad this game, though. They scored 31 points. It's the defense.
okay. Well, that's the thing though. With the Browns, it's either one
It's
side of the
always something.
ball.
It's always
Yeah, it's
something,
either
right?
one side of the ball. Either the offense plays well, defense doesn't. Defense plays well, offense doesn't.
But this
Um,
this game, bad defense and bad clock management, I would say.
got you. So
And
what?
bad, terrible special teams at the end.
Do you think that's more coaching, or do you think that that's like players not paying attention to detail and
I'm
doing what
gonna
they're
tell you
supposed to do on
this:
the
that
field?
that touchdown,
Hmm.
the blown coverage that we saw, that's coaching. Like, oh my God, who blows coverage like that at the end of the game? Like, you should
Hmm.
probably be in prevent, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And if you weren't and you got burnt like that, then it's probably your fault. Right, Trevor?
yeah, yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Um, I like we said before, it's always something with the Browns, and the Steelers, they play the Browns this upcoming week.
Yep, Thursday.
Okay. Oh, it's the Thursday night game. Okay.
Hmm.
So
Rivalry game.
that'll be interesting.
That's gonna be a low scoring affair, I believe.
Yeah, it usually is though.
This might be the one
I
game the
think.
Steelers can score.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because with Mitch Trubisky and the offense they got, they could use a game that gets them rolling.
Let's keep it in AFC North since we're
Hmm.
here. Should we be worried about the Bengals, Trevor? Starting off 0-2 and
Yes,
Joe Burrow's out there getting decapitated every play.
bro. Yes, we should be worried about the Bengals because they paid all that money and said that they fixed the offensive line, and Joe Burrow has gotten sacked 13 times in
Well,
two
I can tell you
games.
that, I can tell you this right now. I knew they didn't fix the offensive line when they got Leo Collins from us. I can tell you that. Saw him last year, man. I knew it was gonna happen there, man.
Marquez like I seen this movie before,
I
man.
seen it, man. I seen it, and I didn't
Yeah,
like it.
but bro, he's on pace to get sacked 104 times
Ridiculous,
this season. Like
ridiculous.
it's crazy. I don't get why they I mean, okay, I will say this. It does take offensive linemen a little while to get like in sync together, but I don't think it should be
As long
13
as it's taken.
times in two games, getting sacked 13 times in two games kind of
Yeah,
thing. So that's one thing that they have to do. Um, Defensively, I think that they do well. Like I don't think that they do terrible. Um,
yeah.
but
Hell,
I
this
think
is.
they're
Well, I'm not gonna use us as the standard or the Steelers because
yeah.
neither of us have our offense going right now. They played against
Hmm.
Cooper Rush, so
Yeah. But I think the defense is like at least based off
I
last year,
say
the
the run
defense,
defense. I say the run defense is really good.
yeah, run defense is really good. And then when they
But they did have to
do
load up. They did have to load up the box to stop Ziggy and Pollard because they were kind of dicing them up at the beginning.
yeah, and that's how I like that's what I was gonna say about their defense is I think that they're good, but they come up
They
like
come
big
up with they
in
come up with
big
big plays.
moments. Yeah,
Yeah.
in big moments they come through, but you got to get to those big moments. Like so
Mhm.
with the Bengals last year, they were winning these
They didn't
kind of
come through
games.
this week.
Yeah, no, they didn't. So like last year, the Bengals were coming through in those close games last year. Like
The
they had a
percentage
whole
that
bunch of
the percentage that they got were above average, and the law of
mhm,
averages, Trevor. Eventually, it's gonna come back down. So
yeah,
the extra that they got last year are gonna come back to haunt them this year, kind of.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
They were in a lot of close games last year that they came out on the right side of, and then
Hmm.
now they coming out on the other end. So it's only 2 weeks though. Uh, we'll see if they can turn it around, but
And
out of
keep
these
in
two,
mind,
he
Joe
might
Burrow
look to
did
be.
miss a lot of training camp.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't think that's gonna help his line not get him decapitated. All
Yeah,
right, so since we're on that game, uh, Trevor, is Michael Parsons the best defender in the NFL?
he's close, man. But I still got to go with Aaron Donald. I mean,
I don't know,
I,
man. The way he
I,
impacted that game, it was a point there where he took on three linemen and still was right there, Joe Burrow, bro.
yeah, you're right. No, I mean, let's take a moment to give Michael Parsons his props because I mean the dude ever since he came into the league he's been a problem.
No
So
problem.
I mean you could put him in
He just
anywhere.
keeps getting better. It's just
Yeah.
like it has to be scary for offensive coordinators just thinking about what his ceiling could be. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And it's
Yeah.
got to be great for Dan Quinn just thinking about what it
Cause
could be.
you can
Yeah,
put him anywhere, bro.
yeah.
Like
He moved him. He moved him
you can
around a lot.
you can put him in the at a linebacker. You put him on an edge rusher.
Put him in running back.
You can have him. You probably could, but you can have him. You can have him like match up against like a tight end or something
Mhm,
like that. Like you can do a lot of things with him, and I think that helps him in an argument like saying is he the
mhm.
best defensive player in the league, and I understand, man.
I
I
think by
see
the
where you're
end of the
coming
year
from.
he will be, but I don't think he is yet.
Yeah, I mean he's getting there, man. But I still have to go with Aaron Donald. I mean, Aaron Donald has been doing this, and
Hmm.
he is probably the most dominant defensive player I've seen. But
Hmm.
and I mean, of course, Lawrence Taylor. I think Lawrence Taylor
Hmm.
is the best.
Yeah,
For in the history of the game. But
yeah,
I mean, Aaron Donald is right up there, and I think Michael Parsons has the potential to be in that class. So
yeah.
we'll
They
see.
they like to say that he's like the second coming of Lawrence Taylor.
I can see it.
Um, all right, Trevor. Since we're talking about the Cowboys defense,
Hmm.
this isn't even on our list. I just want to take some time out to give Trayvon Diggs his props, man. Even really all the corners on Dallas. They don't travel the corners, so
Hmm.
it was a team effort shut down
Yeah,
Jamar Chase like that.
yeah,
T Higgins found a couple holes, but they shut Jamar. They took him out of the game.
yeah. No, I mean, whenever you're going up against a high-powered offense, you always need cornerbacks to show up, and Dallas did that,
Hmm.
led by Trayvon Diggs. I mean, Trayvon, I think he's definitely one of the best corners in the league.
Hmm.
And I mean, they showed up. You gotta
Hmm.
give him props where props is due. And I know a lot of people uh look at when corners get beat, but you're gonna get beat when you're playing, you know, that kind of defense. When you're
Hmm.
pressed out, you're manned up. You're gonna get beat sometimes, but they did their thing though.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's get off the Cowboys, Trevor. Let's go to the 49ers, man.
Hmm.
Trey
Oh
Lance.
yeah, Trey. Yeah.
Broken ankle, man. What do
Hmm.
you think? It's are the 49ers gonna have a successful season without Trey Lance?
Uh, I think that they can. They definitely can. Honestly, they probably will because not saying that Trey Lance is bad. I think he is good and has a lot of potential, but having the fact that they have a quarterback like Jimmy G who's
Hmm.
experienced and he's been in that off,
They were
he's
in the
ran the
NFC.
offense
They're in the NFC Championship last year, right?
exactly with that quarterback that they're is their backup. So they're
Or
gonna.
not?
I think they're
Yeah, they
gonna
were
be
in this.
fine. I think they're
Yeah,
gonna be just fine.
yeah. I'm gonna say they're gonna do better with Jimmy G than they would have done with Trey Lance.
Yeah.
With young quarterbacks, there's that a lot of growing that needs to be
Hmm.
done, and he hasn't got a chance to do the growing, so he was gonna go through the growing pains this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Jimmy G doesn't have to go to those growing pains. You know what you're getting out of him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Every
Exactly.
week. You know what you're getting out of him.
Yeah. And
So
I think they looked smoother with Jimmy G back
mm-hmm.
there. Not to say that again, not to say that Trey Lance is bad. It's just
He's just not comfortable yet.
Jimmy G just has that. Yeah, exactly. He has that experience and he's been with that team before. So
Yeah, and we got young quarterbacks. We also have like young teams fully, and the
Mhm.
Lions are a very young team. And shout out to Amron St. Brown, or whatever his
That
name is.
boy,
But
yeah,
that boy
he
is a
legit.
man.
He legit.
He's
He
a
legit.
dog. They look.
Yeah.
What do you think is the Lions' potential for this season?
So I still have the Packers winning that division. Um, and of course the Vikings I think are gonna come in second.
Mm-hmm. I got the Vikings
But
in first now, man. I know.
you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
after
Fair
what I've
enough.
seen, just
Fair enough.
because Aaron Rodgers is another one of those quarterbacks that's out there getting decapitated.
Fair enough. But I'm not gonna give up on my pick just yet.
Hmm.
Like I always say, it's 2 weeks in. Uh we'll see how the season goes. But I mean I don't blame you for having that mindset. I mean the Vikings look really good. So uh but if we're talking about the Lions, I think that they have a chance to, you know, uh contend for probably the second spot, maybe.
I think
Um,
I don't think they'll be contending for the second spot, but I don't think they're gonna have a terrible record. I
nah,
think
not
I
like
think the
crazy.
Vikings and uh,
Packers.
Packers are gonna be battling for first, and
Hmm.
then they'll just have the second. You know.
Fair enough. I can see that. But I really like the Lions up and coming team. Like you said, St. Brown. I
Hmm.
like Aiden Hutchinson. Like I think he's a dog on the defensive end, out of Michigan. I think Jared Goff is a good quarterback.
Hmm.
I think a lot of people wrote him off when the Rams traded him.
Hmm.
But I think he's a good quarterback. They have Swift in the backfield,
Swift
and
and Williams,
yeah, and Williams.
a
And
little
I think
dual
that
threat back there.
yeah, and I think their defense is gritty, man. So I think that they're gonna give a lot of people tough games. They were giving a lot of people tough games last year. They just came on the losing end of them, but I think that they're gonna be straight.
Yeah, I think I. Yeah, I'm gonna give him that third spot.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't think the Bears have the talent that the Lions have.
Hmm.
So I think that's gonna show throughout the season.
Yeah, yeah. And this will be our last topic right here, Trevor. I know
Mhm.
the Broncos won yesterday, but what is wrong with them, bro? They don't look
They don't
very
look
they don't
right.
look very good.
Yeah, they don't look right, man. So uh it's tough because the AFC West is tough and
But they haven't played
they
any AFC West teams.
exactly they played the Seattle Seahawks and um who did they play last week?
They didn't play the
The
Texans.
Texans. Yep, that's exactly who they played. So but that's why I'm saying it's tough is because they already haven't played really good teams yet, and
They're struggling.
they gotta go through that gauntlet. I mean, the Raiders are 0-2, but I think that the Raiders should have won that last game.
And
But
part
Kyler
of
Murray,
the part of the Broncos issues is turnovers.
mm-hmm.
They turn the ball over way too much. And it's not Russell Wilson, it's like fumbles on the goal
Yeah,
line.
it's fumble,
I think
yeah.
they fumbled on the goal line twice the first game against the Seahawks.
Yeah, no, you're right. And it's gonna be like my thing is it's gonna get tougher throughout the year. So they gotta clean that stuff up if they want to have a chance, especially with the Chiefs playing the way they are, the Chargers playing the way that they play. Um them and the Raiders need to clean up their act.
Hmm.
We were saying that this is gonna be the best division in football,
And
and
everybody might make the playoffs, and they're out here wasting games.
yeah, so they need to clean it up, man. Maybe they're gonna be a team where it's just don't look pretty, but they
Hmm.
win games. I don't know. I don't think so because again, the Seattle Seahawks and the Texans aren't in the teams to be a litmus test for, but
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah. All right, Trevor, let's go through these predictions that we had last week, man.
Hmm.
So we both picked the Chiefs. You picked the Bucks. I picked the Saints, so you won there. We both picked the Steelers. We were both wrong there.
Mm-hmm.
We both picked the Dolphins, and I picked the Packers. You picked the Bears, so you took the L there. So we're
Yeah.
both sitting at 6-4 right now.
Man,
We're
God,
tied up. We got to get
we
some
gotta
points.
do something different, man.
These games are really hard this week. So yeah.
Yeah, like the Steelers and
Yeah,
Browns game.
let's go. Let's
That's
go
the
Steelers.
other ones I kind of have an idea of, or who I want to pick, but I mean the
Who you
Steelers and
going with?
Browns
Still,
game.
let's go with that one first. Steelers or Browns?
Uh,
I'm rocking with the Browns.
I'll go Steelers then.
All right, Raiders, Titans, Trevor.
Raiders. I'm going Raiders. They gotta win a game at some point.
I'm going Titans.
Fair enough, but I think the Raiders
Titans
gotta
didn't.
win.
The Titans weren't bad.
No, no.
I think the Giants were just actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah. Like I think the Titans have some stuff to sure up, but I think the Raiders, especially coming off that loss last week, they gotta
hmm
win. They gotta win a game. They got to.
Bills, Dolphins.
Bills.
That's tougher than I would say it
It's
is.
it's tougher than I would say, but I gotta rock with the Bills until I see otherwise. They were looking really good, man.
I'm rocking Dolphins.
Okay, fair enough.
I think Tua's he'll be able to escape and move around in the backfield. Get away from Von Miller, unlike Matthew Stafford.
Okay,
Okay, Rams, Cardinals. Shit,
Rams.
this one is awful.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna stick with the Rams.
I'm going Cardinals.
Okay,
And Packers versus the Bucks.
Bucks.
I'm going Bucks too. What could be? I mean, the Packers defense looked like they were supposed to yesterday, and Aaron Rodgers was slinging that ball. It's hard, man.
They got Sammy Watkins too, man. You might
It's,
as well go on and pick him.
I mean,
They was running.
it doesn't have anything to do with the receivers, man. It's all Aaron
They
Rodgers.
was running that football too, man.
But
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
they're pretty good at running.
Yeah.
I'm going Bucks though.
Okay. I'm trying to get you to pick
It's,
that Packers, man.
I don't think it would be a bad pick to pick them. They actually,
Nah, it
and I
wouldn't.
think it's
But
in Lambeau.
anytime you have Aaron Rodgers and he gets on track with his receivers, like you pointed out the defense,
Mm-hmm.
they can beat anybody. So
True. Well, we'll thank all y'all for tuning in. As always, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, follow us on IG, man. Yeah. Always tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, man. We'll see y'all next week on another episode of the